What are the symptoms of a food allergy? Do you develop hives after eating a certain food? Do you find it difficult to breathe after eating a certain food? If you do, you may be suffering from a food allergy. Unfortunately, for some individuals it isn't so easy to tell if they are. This is most commonly the case when symptoms are not severe. For more information to help you determine if you do have a food allergy, please continue reading on. One of the best ways to determine if you are suffering from a food allergy is to visit your healthcare provider. Many develop tests or trials to determine which food or foods you are allergic to, if any. It is also a good idea to visit a doctor if you suspect that you may have a food allergy, as they may be able to provide you with information and tips on making a lifestyle change, which may include eliminating the food or foods that are causing your problems. Medication may also be given. As previously stated, hives are a good indication that you may be suffering from a food allergy. In fact, hives are one of the most common symptoms experienced by those who do have a food allergy. Hives are easy to notice and spot. If you develop hives, they can be treated with use of oatmeal. A great home remedy involves taking a cup of boiling water and pouring it over oatmeal. After a few minutes strain, then let cool some more and dab on the hives with a cotton ball or cloth. While this home remedy will help with your hives, it is still important to determine which foods are causing them. Swelling of the tongue and throat are two more common symptoms of a food allergy. These symptoms can, unfortunately, lead to difficult breathing. If you ever experience these symptoms, you will want to seek medical attention right away. This is important if you have not officially been diagnosed as having a food allergy, as you may not have helpful medication on hand. Those who suffering from food allergies who have a reaction may also feel lightheaded or experience a loss of consciousness. If this happens to you, it is important that medical attention is sought right away. In fact, death can be the results if improper medical attention and care. That is why it is important to seek medical attention the moment that you suspect you may have a food allergy. As previously stated, hives are a good sign that you should seek the advice of a professional in the medical field before your symptoms are able to escalate. Once you have officially been diagnosed as having a food allergy, it is important that you let those around you know of your diagnosis. This is particularly important if you regularly eat dinner at the homes of your friends or relatives. Those individuals will need to know what not to include in their meals, or they can make alternative arrangements for you. This notification is also important in case you have a reaction. As previously stated, those that are around you need to know the proper way to react, whether it be administering medication or calling for an ambulance. As stated above, it is important that you seek medical attention if you suspect that you have an allergy to food. Tips for parents of children with food allergies. Are you the parent of a child who suffers with food allergies? If you are, you may be looking for some helpful tips to cope with your child's medical condition. One of the first things that you will want to do is talk to your child about the food allergy. This is most important to do with preschoolers and young elementary school-aged children. It is common for this age group to switch snacks or share snacks with their friends or classmates, but it isn't always safe to do so. The younger that you have this conversation with your child, the better it will be. For small children, be sure to discuss your child's food allergy with them more than once. For older children and teenagers, teach them how they can read food labels themselves. In addition to talking to your child, be sure to talk to anyone and everyone that comes into contact with your child. This includes teachers, school nurses, daycare providers, relatives, and parents of friends. A large number of food reactions happen outside of the home when a parent is not present. If you are sending your child to visit family or a friend, it may be a wise idea to send your own bag of safe, approved snacks. As for feeding a child with food allergies at home, it is important to read all labels. Some foods, even those that may not contain nuts or wheat, may still have a warning stating that these products may be found in the food. If so, it is best to stay away. It is also important that you read the labels of foods that your child will eat every time. To some parents this may seem like a waste of time, but manufacturers are known to change their recipes and the ingredients that they use. For that reason, it is better to be safe than sorry. When eating away from home with your child, like at a fast food restaurant, a nice sit-down restaurant, deli, or bakery, it is always a good idea to ask questions first. This is most important to do at delis and bakeries. Are all foods made on the same spot? At a deli, is a different meat cutter used for meats and cheeses? They should be if your child has allergies to milk and other dairy products. Is there a chance that a certain food, like peanuts or wheat, may have been used or even just casually made their way into other products? It is also important that you know how to handle an allergic reaction to food. Be sure that those around you and your child know how to handle a food reaction as well. If your child is given medication to take in the event of an allergic reaction, make sure that medication is with you and your child at all times. At school or for daycare, give the medication to the school nurse or daycare provider. If your child is visiting friends or family, be sure to give the medication to the adult and let them know when it needs to be used, if at all. If your child has an allergic reaction to something that they ate, it is important to determine right away if your child needs medical attention. Many parents like to seek medication attention for their kids even if it appears that they are okay. This is more than possible to do, especially if the food allergy is relatively new or if it is the first couple of times that you are dealing with an allergic reaction. As you can see, there are a number of important tips that you must keep in mind and know if you are the parent of a child who suffers from a foods allergy, especially a peanut allergy. Since most allergic reactions happen when a parent is not around, be sure to keep all adults that have contact with your child well informed.